Hello my lovelies, welcome back or welcome to this channel. Today's video is all about this beautiful bag. It's been about a year, nearly a year of me owning this baby, and I wanted to make this video because loads of people asked me in the comments when I unboxed this bag, like, oh, like I wouldn't spend that much on a bag, and like I think it's something that, you know, you're not able to try out this bag when you're buying it at a boutique. It's so hard to get that you're kind of going in blind. So do I regret getting this bag? Do I like it? What do I like about it? What do I hate about it, having had it for about a year? I hope this video helps some of you if you're looking to purchase this bag as well. So if you want to know a bit more about how I got the bag, I'll link in the cards one of the videos I did when I first purchased it. But basically here in the UK, I got it from the UK. You don't have to have a huge purchase history. I think it just depends on if you vibe with an SA, if they like you, if you generally like the brand, and you know, when you chat with somebody, you can tell whether the vibe is on or off. And I loved HERMES, and I dreamt of owning one of their bags before I was 30, and it gladly happened for me. I got this bag and I was like, I can't believe that I got this bag. But the question for me was, I only ever before purchasing this held a Kelly in my arms. So everything I based my knowledge of HERMES Quota bags was off YouTube videos. That's why I'm making one right now, because it really helped me, because you can't just walk into a store and try different sizes on, try different levers on in HERMES. It's kind of like what they have on display. You might try that on, but you don't know what's on the display, you don't know the sizes, and it's really hard to know what you like. And also you see people wearing those bags online, but they might be a different height to you, different weight, and it just will look differently on them. But for me, through YouTube videos, I kind of decided to put on a wish list, my wish list, Birkin 25 in a neutral color, and this is the one that they offered me, and I was really glad that they did, because I love either black bags or white or like very fair bags. I'm one of those people. So when they offered me this bag, the color is called Gris Pearl. Gris Pearl. It's hard to say it. I don't know whether to say it in English or not. It's a grey pearl basically color with gold hardware, size 25, toggle leather. I was like, yes, I love it, because this bag can look very fair, can look almost white with some outfits, but then it's also got this gold hardware which makes it work with warmer colors and palettes, but also the color is a bit cooler, so it's a real chameleon. It can go with like grays very well and cooler colors, but also with warmer ones. I think it's just a fantastic color and hardware combo, because it really just goes with literally everything. So yeah, when they offered me this, I was like, yes, but at the same time, dropping that amount of money on a bag without ever trying it on, that was a bit nerve-wracking. So I was like thinking, will I wear it? The first thing is the handles. The handles are very small. I've got a tiny hand. I must say, I am one of those people that like people ask me to get something for them if something like drops behind a cupboard or something. I've got like a really thin hand, so so that's why it kind of goes on my arm like this. But I must admit that I never really wear it like this, only if I am like washing my hands in the sink, or I really have to have my hands free, I'll wear it like this. But most of the time I'll hold it with the handles, and it's one of those things that I wish they would make the handles a bit bigger, because it would be much more convenient, I feel like, if they made the handles a tiny bit bigger. So even if you have tiny hands, I think you'll still end up wearing it top handle. So if you're thinking, oh, I love top handled bags, then this will be fine. But if you are more used to crossbody, which I am. I love crossbody bags. This was a bit of an adjustment, I must say, to make, and tiny bit uncomfortable at first, but I got used to it. And what I love about this bag, I must say, wearing it, is that it's open. It's always like I never close it properly, so it's always open and it's so easy to just get in and out of. And I find that I was so surprised how much I love that, because my other bags that I've got and love are classic flaps, and they are a pain to open. You always have to kind of, you know, put this flap in a turn lock, make sure it doesn't scratch the hardware too much, and then lock it. And then there's two flaps and you're trying to get something out of it. It's a bit harder, it's more work, whereas this, you just literally put it down and you take things out of it, and that is super convenient. I know it's kind of, you know, basic, and you think like, oh, it doesn't really matter, how is this such a huge deal? But for some reason, that is why I just love this bag so much. It's so convenient, so easy, and the fact that it's very sturdy but also not too stiff, that's what I love about it, because with this leather I don't have to worry too much about any scratches. It's the grained leather is just super durable, and it feels durable. It's thick. It feels like this bag is made to be worn, to be really worn. You might have seen some celebrities wear these bags to death, but this bag is really, like, you can tell just how the structure is. It's meant to be worn, and that's why I also love it, because the thickness of the leather, it just feels really luxurious when you put it down, when you move it. It's just so fun. I'm a tactile person. I love like just feeling things, touching things, and this bag is so fun to wear. And it's one of those things that it's also wearable. It's not a bag to be just only admired on the shelf, and I was afraid that it would be one of those that I would just, you know, be scared of wearing it and only just it would be on the shelf. But when I wear it, I really love wearing it. I don't find that I'm too afraid of using it. I am still afraid, I would say. I wouldn't be like fully transparent, because it is an expensive bag and it is a light colored bag. I feel like if I got this bag in a darker color, I would be a bit more careless with it. Not careless in a negative, but a bit more, you know, like not so afraid to touch it with my hands that, you know, do I have something on them? So I do tend to wash my hands quite a lot when I wear this bag, although I do wear this bag with twillies, sometimes with two, sometimes with one, sometimes with none. I just feel like whatever I like, then I'll do it. But I like the option that you can put twillies on it, and I think it looks beautiful, and it's one of those fun things that you can add to your bag as well. One thing that I don't like about this bag is that when I first got it, my SA showed me how to close it properly. So you're supposed to like pull up, I'm sure you know if you're like into HERMES, you're supposed to like pull up these flaps, like take it over and then like strap it all in and put it to bed. So you're supposed to do that when you're not using this bag. I don't know if it's only my bag because they're all handmade, but I've seen people like really easily put this middle thing, this thing here, over this bolt thingy. I don't know what it's called properly, but I can't seem to do it easily. It's really such a pain. I have to stretch it, and then I feel like I'm scratching the joinery, the glue, the kind of like the same glue that is on here. It's also in between here, this square. So I feel like I'm scratching it, and I've scratched it a little bit, I can see, and I'm like chipping away at that joining glue. So I've decided not to do it. And I've seen other people closing their bags on cameras, and it was so much easier. So I don't know if it's only my bag. Let me know if maybe that is your experience with some bags. But this one, I don't know if they made the thing a bit too small or whatever, but I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to overstretch this flap. And I just store it like this with just, it's a small bag, so I don't have to like properly close her when it's just standing there. So I'm lucky with that. But if it was a bigger bag, I think that would be a problem because it would get a bit wonky if it just stood there. So I don't know. So that is a thing that I don't like about this bag, and I don't know if mine is like a little bit faulty or what it is, or whether it just becomes more stretched with wear. But I just thought Hermes bags were perfect. And mine also came with a tiny bit of there is a bit of paint, like the tiniest bit, like I can't see it. It's like I saw it once and then like you can't see it just looking at the bag, but there is the tiniest bit of paint that I think they forgot to paint, like the littlest grain. I can't even find it now, literally can't. But there is that. So with handmade bags, I mean, Hermes quality is amazing, but you get those little differences in bags. So don't expect your bag to be exactly the same as somebody else's, because as I've said, like mine, like the flap just doesn't fully, like it's just too tight a little bit. And yeah, I would say that that is not something that I'm just making up because I'm afraid to pull, but it's literally like nearly impossible to pull this little middle thing across this bolty thing here. What I also love about this bag is the feet, that I'm kind of not afraid to put it down, and it makes a nice sound when I put it down. That is something that I don't have in my other bags, and I think it's quite useful. And to be honest, like I love this bag so much. I love this bag so much that it's my favorite bag from my whole collection. And if I could, I would only own Birkin 25s now because I love this bag so much. I know that this size works for me. I'm 5'8", by the way. So if you see on my Instagram photos, I'm 5'8". And it's a bag that is small, but it fits a good amount. I'm able to fit all of my essentials, and then I can put my hat on top, and like I can go also up and put stuff on top. So it really fits a good bit. But it is heavy. Even this 25, it gets heavy, especially with the insert inside, which I do use. I use a 7 Rue Paradis insert. It's a very good brand for insert. It doesn't damage my bag whatsoever. So I'll link those inserts for you in the description as well, because I can wholeheartedly recommend them. They haven't done anything to my bag in a year, so those are really excellent ones. I showed my Hermes SA and she was like, oh, this is a nice insert. She appreciated it and she was like, oh, Hermes should make some them more like this. So totally Hermes approved as well, if I can say so. Comparing this bag with my Chanel bags, this bag is so much better made. The customer service is on another level. Like I've never had an experience like at Hermes. They just do everything to help you, and it's so nice and informal and chill. So I would say that for me, it's nice also that I can repair this bag forever and ever. Whereas with Chanel, they just don't really offer that service. They do for the classics now. They've just started. But I'm yet to hear like really good stories about restoration of their bags, and they only take the newer bags. They don't take vintage bags on, I believe. Well, whereas of Hermes, they do take their vintage bags in as well to be repaired. So I feel like I'm spending a lot of money, but also luxury is something that you can repair, at least for me. And I believe that was the motto of Hermes as well. And I would rather pay for this customer service, this quality, and wait like 3 years for one bag, yes, then have tons of bags and just not enjoy them as much, because this bag is just a pleasure to own and wear. I love it so much. I'd love one in black and also some other just muted colors, because this, like, the color is a bit delicate. I am a bit more careful with it, but I would say I'm more careful with my Chanel Classic flap in white caviar than this because of the leather. This feels like proper leather, whereas the caviar feels like plastic a little bit, and I feel like one of the grains can be just like snatched off or shaved off because it literally feels like plastic, whereas this is just leather. It's heavier, it's sturdier. It just feels like you have to really try to break it hard for it to be damaged. Whereas Chanel, I think it's much more of a delicate bag, for example, for me at least. For reference, this fits more than a classic flap, much more, and I would say that this is really the best overall size. Even my MS SA, she was like 25s are my favorite sizes, because when you go up to 30, it's a lovely bag as well, but it does get heavier. It does get just that bit heavier, and already this, when you put your phone in, the insert, a couple of bits, it's not like a bag that you forget about because you can't feel it. No, it's definitely something you can feel. Even now, talking about it in this video, I can already start feeling the weight of this bag. So yes, you get the pro of the leather being thick and sturdy, but I would say that it is quite a heavy bag. So if you're looking to get one and you know that you get bothered by weighty bags and you want to carry it in your arms, then I think 25 is perfect. But if you're looking more for a travel bag, if you are looking for something that you can put on your luggage, or you know you won't be carrying it like this shopping, then the bigger sizes are great as well. But I'm telling you, you'll be surprised how heavy the 25 can get. Even like my 20, the classic Chanel flaps are 25 as well, like in the width, but they're so much lighter, and even those bags get heavy. So imagine this is probably twice as heavy empty as the Chanel classic flap. So beware that is something that is a bit of a downside. However, for me, it's not enough to deter me from getting another one, which I would love soon. Overall, the wear and tear on this bag is pretty minimal. I can only see those joining things. I don't know what it is, but you can see a different color up here. Those, for example, are a tiny bit scratched on here, on this sangle, I believe it's called, and inside that triangle here. But otherwise, it's pretty minimal. You really have to like scratch it or like pour something on it for it to be damaged, because it is quite sturdy. And I hope that I can have it for years to come, and that it will stand the test of time as well. But it's one of those bags that is totally worth it to me, and if you can get it from the boutique directly, I would say, because secondary market, these bags go for, 3x what they are at retail. So I don't know if those would be worth it to me. Like, I don't know if I would pay those prices, but if I can get another one from a boutique, I think it's totally worth it. Let me know if you own one of those. Have you regretted getting it? Would you get a 25, or do you hate this size? Let me know in the comments down below what you think, so that other people can also read your comments and make the best decision for them if they're putting down a wish list. If you're new, I would love if you subscribed to this channel. I post about luxury, and I also vlog, and I talk about perfumes a lot. So if you enjoy this content, I would love for you to subscribe. Let me know what you think about this bag and this size in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.